The curse of knowing. It's what happens when you know something and you try to explain it to someone else and forget what it was like not to know to begin with. And it's so easy to fall into, even when you know that you shouldn't and you should endeavor to avoid it. So during my discussion with Edith today, it became apparent that I had fallen victim to the curse of knowing when I explained a few things about this environment. If you go to the Rome graph and it looks like this, you should click on these little hamburger up here and it displays you a menu on the left hand side which gives you access to the daily notes, all of the shortcuts. So here's the purpose page and the getting started and the current guidelines on each one of these pages. And on each one of these pages they're all formatted in Markdown, and they're just a set of bullets, which they call blocks in Rome. And anytime you see anything in double brackets, that's actually a reference to another page. And if it's highlighted and it's not in brackets, it's a link to something somewhere else. So if you click one of those references to a page, you get to that page. And at the bottom, it shows you there are references to this page from 4 different places elsewhere in this Rome graph. And if you have any questions about using the environment, the question mark has a cheat sheet of how to format things in Markdown and all of the control key sequences that you can use in different features of Rome. And if that's not enough, there's a link to the Rome graph that's actually set up by the developers to provide detailed, in-depth help. And here's access to a number of short getting started videos. So if you came to Rome and it looks like this, I did you a great disservice, because you probably wonder where everything is. Well, it's right there. Secondly, or whateverly, in Causality, using the environment is trivial any place on the map. If you simply double click, it creates an item. This is a variable. And after you hit enter, notice that 3 dots appear down here. Down there you can come in, you can change the name, identify how you would measure this variable, and you could add a note. This is a description. You can save it. We'll worry about these things up here later. You can use the trash can to delete it if you want to. But once you create a note, it shows up as a little icon here. So when you mouse over it, it shows you the description. Connecting one variable to another, well, if you click in the white space, you can move it around. If you click anywhere in the blue space, you can use that to connect it to some other variable, and then you can identify whether the relationship is same or direct, O for opposite, or a cloud to say, I don't quite know what the relationship is at the moment and it needs to be sorted out. So you simply click it, and then you can also click on that little arrow with a connector, and you can move it around. And if you click in the back on the map itself, you can move the whole map around. You can also click on this and change the type to same, or you can add fog, or you can add a delay, or you can delete it. So that should help one get over the most of the hurdle. And if you in fact create a connection in the opposite direction and label it this, notice that the connections turned into what some people call running ants, and Causality knows that it's a loop. And if you look over here, it identifies the loops, and we will add labels to the loops at some point in time. If you click the little show loop, it shows you that loop, and this will focus it. We can use this to do storytelling, so you can walk through this and explain it to other people in an order that makes sense, and you can drag these around and reset them. Additionally, oh, and you can close it here. Additionally, once you make changes to the map, it would be nice if you left a comment that says what it is that you did to the map. That's pretty much the environment. If you want to look at who's currently got access to this map, it shows over here. If you want to go back to home, you can do that from here. And that's pretty much all there is to editing a map in Causality. So hope this helps with the curse of knowing dimensions of this environment that I left out, and we'll see how it continues to go. So take care. Bye.